Welcome to Epicor Eclipse ERP End of Month Report Series. This presentation covers the Salesperson Comparison Report, which is used to, generally speaking, evaluate your sales staff performance. This is another one of those reports that, strangely enough, in 12 years, no one's ever asked me to run. And that's probably because, well, generally speaking, your sales force just loves competition, and they'd love nothing more than to be able to be pitted against each other. No, but seriously speaking, management, usually, at least the management that I've seen, doesn't seem to be too keen on wanting to provide sales information to their sales staff. In most cases, most of the inside sales and outside sales people that I've known over the years really would love to have regular benchmarks of how am I doing? Is this doing better? Is that doing worse? Not necessarily to compare against each other, because most of these people realize that they're in a race with themselves. And at least the management that I've worked for always seemed loath to give them any useful information. I don't know why. But anyway, Eclipse does provide a lot of reports in it that will give these sales people a much better idea of where they stand and which direction they're taking. And by all means, you should make use of it. This particular report, really kind of raw, but I suppose it's a quick and dirty snapshot for a monthly sales meeting. It might be the ticket. I think when they wrote this report, they had a sales manager in mind, so it's about as Tinkertoy simple as you can get. Very few options here to deal with. Either do it for a specific salesperson or a group or someone within the group. Run the summary or the detail. Dead simple. As always, when you're dealing with your sales force, the cost of goods sold is not usually how you run their support. You usually run it on the cost basis that their commissions are being calculated off of, and that's the generic cost in the system. And so here's our output from the summary report, and of course I've obscured the names of the salespeople to protect the guilty. And as you can see, straightforward, simple, easy to read, although keep in mind the simpler the report, the more misleading the information. So this may be why in 12 years no one's really asked me, because usually you want a little bit more details on the who you're selling it to, at what margins, not just one big lump number. But in some cases it could be proven useful. As I said, it's such a dead simple report to run. 5 minutes before the sales meeting, fine, run it, go. And just for kicks, I ran this in using the writer as a salesperson type and detail mode just to see what the heck it would spit out. And lo and behold, the output was pretty much the same damn thing. So, as far as detail goes, I'm not impressed. But anyway, so this is one of those, probably the summary, probably outside salesman. The first example is probably the most likely way you'd run this. And this completes our presentation on the Salesperson Comparison Report. And if you find variations that do more interesting things than what I've seen, by all means, please let me know. Anyway, I hope this information was useful to you. Thank you for your attention, and as always, I'm not Scott Zahn.